Well, I think if we had the motto for the future project, I think it should be expect the unexpected, or maybe it could be like the subtitle, another subtitle for the project, because I think in many dimensions and also at all level of the analysis, whether it's global, regional, Turkish or European, we have had so many wild cards. And I think one of the regions that has been especially unpredictable was the southern neighborhood that I covered also, with like my colleague who covered the eastern neighborhood. And so in the southern neighborhood, like the unpredictability of the southern neighborhood has been caused also because all the actors, global, regional, European, Turkish, have been interacting, and it's the changing power relations between those actors and also their ability or lack thereof to react to the increasingly securitized environment that has also shaped like the regional disorder. So if we look at Turkey and the EU, their approaches have changed considerably. At the beginning of the project, we had, for example, the launch of the global strategy. But the EU, because of the migration and security challenges coming from the neighborhood, has not been able to act on those changes. It has actually put a lot of strain on Europe's cohesion. For example, we have Italy's announcement that it intended to reopen its embassy in Damascus that goes against Brussels raising sanction or on Syria, or you have also Italy and France competing diplomatic endeavors over Libya that is undercutting also the UN mission that is backed by the EU, or even France and Germany's participation in the Istanbul meeting upon Turkey's invitation that is seemingly more positive, but that is also reinforcing the idea that there is a core European group. And so all these influential member states are sort of like running counter, like their diplomatic ventures are running counter to the global strategy's commitment to a multilateral agenda. And so it further undermines EU credibility in the region and also pushes the EU further to the margins of the region's politics. On the other side, you have Turkey. Turkey also has shifted its approach to the region in 2016 at the beginning of the project, because it has adopted a more hardcore approach to the region with like military incursions in Syria, cross-border operation in Iraq. Also, like it has increased its military presence in the region and in its outer fringes because of its security priorities, but also because of the regional contest for influence that is taking place between Turkey and other regional powers. And these regional powers are trying to undercut Turkey's ability to be a mediating power in the region, and so in that sense Turkey had to also like change its approach. So what we see is that you have on one side a highly fragmented Europe, and on the other side you have more hardcore oriented Turkey, which have different priorities in the region. So I don't think right now, in the current state of affairs, we can really like talk about increasing EU-Turkey cooperation beyond the transactional level. But if we look beyond future and if we're looking ahead, I think there is a region that has been, let's say, overlooked by the project, and it's sub-Saharan Africa. And this is where like currently Turkey is seeking to project its power. This is also where like EU's attention is focused because of the increasing connection between the Sahel region and the neighborhood. So some of my colleagues were talking about the importance of looking at EU-Turkey relations within like in view of the geopolitics, and they were also talking about like PESCO as a potential starting point for cooperation between the EU and Turkey. So I think what would be interesting in the future is to look perhaps at a EU-Turkey cooperation within PESCO, and why not in Africa instead of the Middle East, because right now like the prospect for EU and Turkey to cooperate in the neighborhood are quite slim beyond like the narrowly focused issues.